Hi everyone, welcome to Elevate Beauty Company. I am Summer and I'm really excited to show you this look that I just created using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush set, which I absolutely love. And I will link all the details to the brush set, all the products that I used to create this smoky purple eye look today in this video. For this smoky purple eye look, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill set of Morphe brushes. It's currently unavailable online. I got it last week and apparently just in the nick of time because I cannot find a link to purchase it anywhere. However, if one becomes available, I will update the video in the detail section and you can click to purchase the set there. One of the things I love about this set is that it comes with this really cool brush case. It's really sturdy, it's high quality, and you just open up to see all of your brushes. It makes it really easy to find them. I love that there is not a zipper to get your brush head stuck in. This is just amazing. I love all the brushes. They're super soft, high quality, and so I'm going to be using all of these brushes today on my makeup look. To prep my face, I've already applied the SeneGence Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer. What I love about this primer for makeup is that it not only gives you a cosmetic finish that's really beautiful and helps your makeup stay, it also eliminates and shrinks your pores over time. So not only are you getting an immediate benefit, but also with prolonged use, you can actually improve the look and finish of your skin. I'm going to be using the Morphe M439 today to do my foundation. This has a really dense, thick, full head of bristles. This is beautiful for stippling and for great coverage for your foundation. I'm applying SeneGence foundation in tan. What I love about this foundation is that it gives me 15 SPF protection without any chemical SPF in it. It has what's called a mechanical shield, so it helps protect my skin against the sun, but it doesn't put any harsh chemicals onto it. It also has great coverage and is water resistant. So far, I am really loving the coverage that this brush is giving. It's really soft on my skin. Sometimes when you get brushes, they're a little, sharp is not the right word, but you know what I mean? Like, it's pokey. And I feel like this brush does a really good job at giving me great coverage, and it's really soft at the same time. Next, I'm using the Morphe E8 brush. This is what I'm going to be using for my concealer. It has, again, a flat, dense brush, and it has just a little bit more fluffiness to it. This is going to work really well underneath my eyes to make sure nothing settles into my lines. And then I'm going to be using color correcting concealer in light for my concealer under my eyes. And I'm just blotting that down into my upper cheekbones, into the crease of my eye, under my lash line, down into my cheek. And you can see that already really highlights and opens up my under eye and conceals any darkness and spots. I'm going to use the Morphe R10 brush to do my contour today. It has a little bit more fluff to it. However, it's more narrow. It's not a round brush. This will help me concentrate my contour into the areas that I want and not make it spread out too far over my face. I'm going in with the color correcting concealer again in the color Deep. Now I'm just putting a little bit on a blending palette. That way I can dip my brush into it, I swirl a little bit off, and then I apply lightly. Just swirling some of that off onto my palette. That way I can apply with a light hand, and I can always add more. It's harder to take it off if you put too much on. So I'm just going to lightly buff that underneath my cheekbone and into my hairline. And then I'm going to do the same with the other side, and then I'll go in and I'll blend. And then I'm just placing it up above on my hairline. I'm going to do my jawbone, blending that down into my neck. And then I'm going to go through and just buff out that contour and make it really blend nicely. There we go. So now I've added the warmth and the depth and the highlight back into my face after putting my foundation on. I'm gonna set all of that with some neutral powder, and I believe I'm gonna use the Morphe R2 for that. It's a nice, big, round, fluffy brush. This will do the job really nicely, and it's dense enough to where I can pack that on, and I don't have to worry about it just kind of like lifting off my face. I'm gonna pack that on so I have a really nice matte finish to my foundation. And I'm just using a neutral translucent powder. I tap that on to my brush, and then I apply generously underneath my eye to set that concealer, and then I'm just gonna buff it around the rest of my face. This set has a ton of fantastic eyeshadow brushes, so you have a lot to choose from. You could do multiple colors and not have to use the same brush. So this is totally worth its money, I think, in just the eyeshadow brushes alone. Let's see, what am I gonna use? For my base, I think I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M518, and I'm gonna use this for my base color today for my shadow. I'm using ShadowSense by SeneGence. This is a liquid cream to powder finish shadow. It's not gonna crease, it won't smudge, it's water resistant, and it's really easy to work with. This is the color Pink Frost, and I'm gonna use this as my base today. Next, I'm going to go in with a transition color. I'm going to use that on my outer edge to the inner 2/3 of my eye. I'm going to be using Mulberry ShadowSense today. It has a really earthy pink shade, and it's great for a transition. It's not too dark, but has enough color where it makes it. I'm using the Morphe M513 brush today for that transition color. And I just take that wand and I tap a little bit onto my brush, and then I'm going to apply that to my eye. As I'm working on my eyeshadow colors, I'm also going to be using those same colors underneath my lash line to create a smoky lined look. So I'm going to take that Mulberry that I just used. I'm going to put that on this E36 brush. It has a small domed tip. And I'm just gonna brush that Mulberry underneath my lash line. For my contour color, I actually went ahead and did a custom mix of Smoke Topaz, Amethyst, Mocha Java Shimmer, and Pink Berry Blush scents, and came out with this really beautiful deep dark purple. Let me show you what that looks like real quick. You can see how beautiful and deep that is. And again, these are cream to powder shadows, so they blend really nicely as they set to that powder. I'll be applying this to the outer corner of my eye with this E17 brush. It has a small, dense, domed head. Then I'm going back in with the Morphe M513 and just kind of blending the transition color and the contour color together. I'm not adding any extra product onto the brush, I'm just using what I have on it and making sure that blends really seamlessly. And again, going in with the E36 brush, which is that small domed brush with this darker contrast color, and lining my lashes with that. I want to add a little bit more color and a little bit more shimmer to that outer edge of my shadow. So I'm going to go in with the Morphe Color Burst palette, and I'm going to use this dark shimmery purple right down here, and I'm going to place that right at the outer edge of my eye. And I'll be using the Morphe M433. It has a really nice flat brush head. This is great for packing on color. I'm going to pack that shimmery shade onto that outer edge. Once again, going in with that brush that I used for my mulberry and just blending out the edges. And I'm going to take this really cute little tiny M213 and I'm going to take that shimmery color that I just applied to my outer corners of my eye and do that underneath my eye closer to my lash line. It's time to do a little bit of highlighting on the inner corner and the brow bone of my eye, so I'm going to mix these two colors, Pink Opal Shimmer and Whisper Pink together. This is almost white but has a pink tint to it, and this is a really beautiful shimmer pink. So those will be really beautiful as my highlight color. They'll catch the light really nicely, and I'm going to apply those with this M5106 brush. I pre-mixed those and now I'm just going to apply in my inner corner and blend that out. And I'm just going to go in with a clean M441 brush and blend out that highlight. I'm going to tap whatever's left up here onto my brow bone. I don't want it to get too bright, so just using whatever's left works really nicely. And then again, use that clean brush to go in and blend it out. What I want to do next is kind of clean up the outer edges of my eye. If you leave that there, it just looks unfinished. It kind of drags the eye down, and what I want to do is clean that up into an upward angle. I'm going to use the Morphe E47 for that. It's just kind of a flat angled brush. I'm going to throw some foundation on there and clean that up real quick. And then clean underneath my eye. And now we're ready for some eyeliner, eyebrows, and blush. I went ahead and threw on my brows, my liner, my mascara, and my lashes off camera. So this is what the finished eye look looks like. And I'm going to throw a little bit of Pink Berry blush on here. It's a purplish pink. It's nice and bright. Will give me some great color in my cheeks without being too crazy. And I'm going to use the M530 brush to apply that onto my cheekbones. And a tiny bit goes a really long way. So I'm going to brush some of that off onto my palette before I apply it onto my cheeks. And it just gives me a really pretty soft pink purplish tone. Now it's time to apply some highlighter. I'm going to use Pearlizer for that. This is a really gorgeous pearlescent foundation, and this is a cream. I like to use a cream for my highlighter because I know it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay where I put it. And again, this is because it's that Make Sense product. It is water resistant. And then a little bit on this side. And right on the tip of my nose. And my Cupid's bow. And you can see what a pretty shine that gives. Last, we're going to finish up with some lipstick. I'm going to go ahead and apply LIPSENSE Longwear lipstick in Glam Doll, and then I'm going to do 2 layers of pink champagne. I'm going to finish that off with the brand new color Prism Gloss. It's this really gorgeous multicolored lip gloss, and we're going to do 3 thin coats, 1 of Glam Doll and 2 of Pink Champagne. We are finishing that off with 1 coat of Prism LIPSENSE gloss. So there you have it, today's entire look, including this smoky purple eyeshadow look using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush set. I will link all the brushes individually down below for you, including all the products that I used on my face and my eyes. If you guys have questions about anything, please comment below. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to see everything that I'm doing in the future. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys next time.